This is a Emergency Broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and it is a Friday night. It's 189 episode.
We're here.
We're here. With no guests, of course.
No guest. Took a week off.
How many calls you get this week?
I did not get one.
I'm going to get one tonight.
I would think so.
I am going to get if she's around. You know who we are.
Oh, she. Chuck. Okay. We know who's
Chuck.
calling even.
We know who it's going to be.
We do?
If she's around.
Okay.
And Chuck knows her name, too.
Okay. I think I know who he's referring to. I didn't know she was calling in, but let's see.
Let's see if she may call in this week, because I'll be waiting for her.
Uncle, I only got one caller during my 2 hours before that, so
I'm gonna be both of you if I don't get my buddy. You know who he is? Call my buddy Eddie, and Sunshine shows up. I'll beat both of you.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Listen,
sure.
you can make Uncle happy by calling in and having him beat both of us tonight, actually, on the number of callers at 319-527-5016, 319-527-5016 if you're hearing us live. If not, hey, hang on to the number for next time and call into Uncle. He always loves to hear from people, so call in and be heard. Right, Uncle?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
and if you need to, you're somewhere else in the world, and it's going to cost you money to call in, you want to use the Skype, no problem. I am Charles.Ocelli. Send me a text message on Skype. I'll add you into the call as well. So different ways to get in on the call. 319-527-5016, the regular number, but if not, Charles.Ocelli on Skype. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Uncle.
Hello, people. Here I'm back on the air, and we have a crazy talk show here tonight.
Always.
I'm at good point. We know we're not going to be seeing, you know what,
Oh, of course not.
the Top Gun show.
No.
But I went back to review the past couple of weeks of the old one. Boy, it was interesting.
Okay.
I mean, I was listening to that one.
Did you?
It finally was a free watch.
Free.
I'm waiting on it to be on a free watch because remember it was $1 and $3.99.
Yeah.
And
okay.
here I am playing China, and it's got to come on soon. And it showed on one of the
Was that TV channel?
TV channel.
Okay.
It was
It's back.
the process. I don't know what the name of these
One of the
these
stations.
things.
Okay.
Well, I don't got cable in my room. It has the movie things.
Oh, was it on Netflix or something?
No, it's not Netflix. It's with P. It's
Okay.
free.
Oh, okay. One of them.
What are them things? I
All
can't.
right, that's cool.
Got so many confusion with all these things. I can't even remember the things I'm watching.
So you went back and you rewatched Top Gun.
Watched Top Gun.
Did you
the
notice
first-
anything that you hadn't noticed before when you rewatched it?
No, it's about the same
Okay.
and the same people, but I sure like that ballhead man. That ballhead man made the show. So you want to be a conductor? Oh my gosh! I can remember that engine. We are in a troubled lane.
You know, I don't
wanna
remember
be
the
a
bald head
conductor.
guy. Uncle,
You don't?
He said
No.
it at the end. The ballhead guy said at the end, "What do you want to be?" A conductor. Maverick said to him, and he said, "Oh my gosh!" and went, and that was the end. It was funny. That's how it ended.
okay.
On that one. But
Wow.
if you remembered watching it, Chuck,
You just have to remember,
you
first
just
of
gotta
all.
remember to watch it,
Um,
and that's what he said at the
I'm
end.
trying to see.
Okay.
You're talking. I think is it Slider? Is that the guy? Rick Rossovich?
I
Let's
don't
see
know
here.
the
He's.
guy's name.
I know who you're talking about. Bald head guy.
Bald guy.
No. That's somebody else. You're talking about the guy who's a high-ranking official
But
And-
he said to the guy, he gave him his wings. So I have to do something so stupid that make you two go to the Top Gun. And he said that to them.
Uh-huh.
After the guy said he couldn't hold on. I don't know what the guy's name was. I forgot. He said, I couldn't do it because I'm thinking about my wife and son.
Uh-huh.
I forget what the guy's name was. He said that to him,
Okay.
and he said, "You characters, I have to send you up to Top Gun." That was what he said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know you're talking. Okay, was it Lieutenant Davis? Is that the guy, Randall Bradley? He was bald. Yeah, I remember. He was the guy who spills the coffee, right? He's the guy who spills the coffee.
No, that's the guy that said going down. No, not him.
That's how
that was the guy that was on the flybys.
Yeah. And
No,
he's
the
spilling his
other
coffee on himself.
Yeah. But that was a guy he was saying, well, I'm going for the sky bar. I'm going by the sky one. And so I'm going to get washed out with the coffee. And he goes up there, but the guy has hair.
Oh.
This other guy I'm talking about didn't have hair.
Okay. Whew. Boy, there's a lot going on.
You got to review yourself.
I guess I got to rewatch
You got to keep watching. You don't even know what you're going to watch the second half if we get to see it.
You know,
you won't understand the first half, sidekick.
No,
yeah, see,
I don't.
that's the thing. I was going to wait to watch the old one again until the new one comes out, but now the new one, we don't know when it's coming, right?
Well, of course we don't know when it's coming, but the point is I had to refresh my memory on the first one.
See, if I was you, I'd be mad, Uncle, and I'll tell you why I'd be mad. You know, AMC Theaters is going to reopen now. They're trying to do a whole social distancing thing, and they're trying to create a national plan. You know, the AMC Theater franchise, right? And they're going to offer these 15-cent movie tickets, believe it or not, for people coming back. Yeah.
But it's still gonna be 6 feet away from in the seatings.
Right.
And they're all gonna have to have masks on.
Well, you're gonna have to have masks, and you get separated, but you get separated in these little pod groups as they're working with. So, like, say you and Aaron go to the theater. Hey, look, you guys live together, so we don't have to separate you and Aaron, right? You guys can sit together in a pod. And they're going to offer a special promotion to try and get people to come in. You know, don't be so scared. Come on into the theater. We got a whole new setup. 15 cents they're going to charge for the tickets on, like, first couple of days. Or I don't know what the proposal is, but I know that that's what they were talking about to try and encourage people to come back to the theater. However, Top Gun is not going to be available for this 15-cent special. Because otherwise, you could go see it 10 times. Be at $1.50, Uncle.
Yeah, I know. Well, I go for a senior citizen. Because I'm a seasoned citizen guy.
Yeah,
Save
but
some money on that 15 cents.
But 15 cents, I don't think they're going to give a senior citizen discount on 15 cents. I mean,
gets a Tuesday special.
Yeah,
it's
but
unusual to get the Tuesday
This one-
specials, but this is something that you've heard.
This is beyond Tuesday special.
But this
Uncle.
is something that he heard.
Yeah. Clearly, they're trying to get people back into the seats at the theaters. They're trying to stay viable and keep people wanting to go to the movies, first of all. So they're incentivizing that. I know they make most of their money on the food that they sell anyway, so they're going to have to make sure that's in full working order. So, yeah, I don't know. But you would prefer, certainly, Uncle, if watching Top Gun 2 in the theater over any other way, right?
Yeah, but what's going on with this problem? Everybody's at home all the day with the business. It's sort of we have to wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, who knows?
Of course, they won't put on the new old show on the theater because it's already went through.
Yeah.
But so you got to watch it where, you know.
Well, I mean, the release has been pushed back because of all this. For
right,
sure.
Correct. And I think that's what the reason. Oh, excuse me. That's what the reason is why it's backing up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of
Just like
course,
they're
of
saying,
course.
Backing up. Backing up. Here we all want to watch the good one, the new one. It's wait a minute. We got to back it up a little bit more, a little bit more.
Well, see,
when is this going to happen?
See, I heard that they might actually do a double feature thing with Top Gun in some theaters on the coast where you can go and see the old movie and the new movie together back to back. Now, I don't know if they'll combine that with the 15 cents, but I heard that that's one of the things they were considering to promote the new movie. What do you think of that?
Well, they may do that, but the question is, when is the new movie going to be open? Throw out to the movies.
I mean,
the new one. I mean, he's saying, yeah, we're going to see the old one for sure. What we saw, but then after the old one, why they can it a new one? But you like you said, it's going to be a while.
It's interesting to see this all happen, Uncle, because Top Gun 2. This is clearly it's a sequel, as we well know, of a classic movie from an era where the old model of filmmaking was in full force, where you go to the movies and you see a blockbuster brought to you by the United States Navy, and you go see your popcorn, you go watch it, and then a couple of years later it comes out on video and you keep watching it there. Sometimes it'll be on TV. That was the old model of things, but now you can't go to a theater. Film is kind of getting pushed to the side by things like series, which aren't even television series. They're streaming series from Netflix and whatever else. Amazon's making these things, for goodness sake.
Series.
Yeah, series.
Right.
It's all about those.
And that's what I'm watching. I'm watching series now.
Of course
I'm going through series. Mm-hmm. I went through, let's say, 2 sets of series already. Prepared. I'm working on the first this next one.
Yeah.
Right now, I just was in the one just a minute ago, but they're doing it like it's usually 1 through 5, 1 through 7, or 1 through 12. Well, that's how they do it with the series.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've been watching lately.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if they could do that with Top Gun? In a series?
Well, I mean, a lot of people have been complaining for some time now, with good reason, I would say, that the movie industry, the film industry has run out of ideas. It's become stale, and all that anything is a reboot of a reboot. And so it's like, well, hey, what is going on here? Where are all the new movies, and why can't we make new ones? Maybe instead of like revitalizing it and getting new, fresh ideas, we just throw the whole thing away and say there's no such thing as an old style film and going to the movies. Now it's all about making different kinds of media.
No, for example, let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick and what's his name?
Goose.
Goose.
We know that.
And these guys, they were together, but though they're saying, well, now we're gonna make the new one, and he doesn't want to make the new one because of this, and they're slowing down the process.
Who, Tom Cruise does?
Tom Cruise. He's saying that's why we have to back it up. How many years now?
I'm pretty.
2 more years? 3 more years? We're waiting on
my
the new one?
My understanding is that the film is complete.
If it's completed,
I think so.
Then would they bring it in after they see the old one? I mean, did this what Chuck was talking about?
Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know for certain, but it was set to be released this year. Like, when was it set to be released? I think in June.
June.
Yeah, it was originally.
Yeah. Original potential release date was actually in 2019. Then it was delayed.
Yeah.
And then it was supposed to be released July 12th, apparently, of this year. But due to the global COVID circumstance, they pushed it back again. And actually, I'm trying to find if they have a declared release date now. I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe somebody else can look around. I got one article I just dropped in the chat room in case you want to peruse it, Aaron, to take a look. It's got a few different additions to it.
Yeah. It looks like December 23rd is what I'm seeing. December 23rd. December 23rd.
Of what year?
So a Christmas movie, I think. Is it this year? I guess this year.
What year?
Goodness gracious.
What year are we looking at?
Well, it says December 23rd, and the article is dated 2020 this year. So since they're not giving a year, I'm assuming it is December 23rd coming up this year. Oh. So I guess that's it.
It could be the end of on Christmas time. That would make sense.
Yeah, but this is an older article too, so that's probably still wrong. But oh wait, no, 2021. Oh my gosh, we can't. So it keeps getting pushed back. It's 2021. It's somewhere. July 2nd, 2021. Oh my gosh.
January. That's in the.
So that's 2 years
New
late.
Year's.
That's 2 years.
The second day of New Year's.
What
are we talking about here? We're talking about. Okay.
I would have to think this thing is in the can already.
New Year's. We're going all the way back to going to 2021 or 22.
You know,
by
Uncle,
the time we get to see this movie.
You should have somebody write to Paramount Pictures, and explain that this is wrong, that they need to put this out. Because quite honestly, they could release it tomorrow if it's done. And they could put it out so that people could buy it digitally and you could download it, and that's that. Not even put it in the theaters. If theaters are such an issue, Paramount Pictures could do that. Now, I don't know if they think that that's not a model where they could get back all the money they put into it, because I don't know what Tom Cruise got paid for it, but guaranteed they want to get some of that money back that they already wrote him a check for. So, I don't know. Yeah. If you write to Paramount Pictures, their public relations people, or maybe start a letter writing campaign. Everybody email Paramount Pictures. Tell them Uncle wants Top Gun 2.
Excuse me. Let's get on the chat room, Chuck. Put that in writing. We can do that.
Get in there.
There you go.
Okay, chatters.
Street cream, you can do it from home. Come on, crack room. Let's get it.
Get going. Because I want to see some movement here. Because here I am watching the old picture. I want to see, okay, this is how this ended. How does it begin the next time?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems that this movie is the old guard, old school way of things. Is that, this is a movie theater movie, and they're holding out to have it be that. And this might be, I feel like it's one of the last hurrahs of that model before the model goes away. I think it probably is doing that. And they're going to hold out and do that. And eventually this thing's going to come out somewhere, and it'll be streaming somewhere. But they're trying to do it the old way. And it's kind of like, again, it's a throwback because Top Gun is back. It's nostalgic. And so it brings back the nostalgia of going to the theater. And so that's part of the experience. The important part of the movie is the nostalgia factor of the experience of the movie. So they're trying to do that. I don't know if they'll be able to, but if they do, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
I would like to know who the lover is with Maverick. I've been waiting to find out who it is. We only know who the lover was in this first one.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I've been waiting to find out.
I hope it's a man.
Well, since Goose is dead,
those guys.
Well, I mean, let's. What if it were Uncle? I mean, I could.
Gosh, that would. It's that would ruin my show. I'm telling you, I would like to see a movie with a man and woman, not a man and man.
Uncle, that would be an interesting thing if they decided to go for that. I have to say that would be very.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's 2021, Uncle. It's time.
I know it's 2021. What's going on here?
It's time for this sort of thing. We need to do this.
Uncle ain't having the gender fluid, eh? Okay, gotcha.
I have enough with what's his name. I understand what's his name. He's fine.
Yeah.
But I can't see that kind of guy in a movie like that.
Let's keep it out. Keep that out of Top Gun. You think would be best? Maybe if they're gonna do that with Top Gun, let's keep this nostalgia going, and let's keep it covert and
it is gonna
implied.
Be a woman, it's gotta be another woman.
Well, there's gotta be some kind of woman in this movie.
It's gotta be. I'm just trying to figure out who it is. Who would be?
The chat room wants to know what's his name, because you said you're okay with what's his name, and they want to know who what's his name is, Uncle.
I think
sidekick here talking about this.
I think, Uncle, you're trying to give an anecdotal story about we know people who are homosexual, and that's just fine, but you don't want your Maverick to be. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's
Maverick is a perfect guy that runs that machine, knows how he does with those pedals, but I cannot see him going with another man, if you know what I mean.
No one who runs a
Yeah,
machine.
it's crazy. I bet he's sick. You gotta be kidding me.
No one.
He be doing nuts.
I know.
I mean,
This is
listen
killing
now.
me.
I know your wife. I know your wife understands him, but not these people that run the show.
So the producers in Hollywood.
Producer in Hollywood.
So you're saying homosexuality is a total foreign idea to them. To the producers of Hollywood.
You're right.
Now, wait a minute. I just want you to know that people are cracking up in the chat room because before you went live,
I thought that.
Before you went live, I played that segment where you're complaining about not talking while people are eating at the table, and one of the things you say there is, "This is man talk here, not woman talk," and so everybody's repeating that in the chat room. This is man talk.
Well, if you're thinking of going the other way, now that's like a shishi-hishi. Excuse me.
Well,
it's to me, Uncle. It's taking man talk to the next level.
What?
Because if it's gonna be man talk, like,
well, yes, man talk
because
when
there's
you talk about jets. Man talk when you talk about jets in the air.
Sure, jets in the air.
That I understand.
The masculine concept.
Masculine talking. That I understand.
Yeah, got it.
Because there's man talk, and then there's man talk. Yes, I understand.
I understand that. What do you get? I'm here, sidekick. You're gonna crack up here tonight.
I'm having fun here.
I know. But this is the thing. Man, the guy said too, when you're up there, that's business.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and the time, going back to that one for one moment. You know,
Top
that
Gun
other
one.
guy, the other guy, he said he Maverick wanted to find out about his father.
Yes.
And that's the part that the conductor knew his father.
You're talking about Tom Skerritt.
Tom Skerritt.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah. What's his name? Viper or something in the movie? Yeah. I think it's Viper.
Yeah, Viper.
Yeah, he knew because he was friends with his father.
Right.
He's like, yeah, your dad, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to me on to Sunday, but he wanted to know the descriptions, how to get through it.
So, well, we do know one thing, that Top Gun, the original, should from here on out be called Top Gun 1.
Right. That's Top Gun 1. That is Top Gun 1.
We should all just call it that from now on.
Right.
If they're going to have two,
they're going to come up with two now that we're waiting on. That's what we're waiting on.
It's not just Top Gun, it's Top Gun 1.
Yeah. Top Gun 1, what we're talking about.
It's got a ring to it.
Top Gun 2 is one we're waiting on.
Top Gun 1.
Chat room, that's what we're waiting on, chat room.
Number 2, if you can all
Street
help
cream.
us, somehow our Street Cream, if there's anything they can do, it's reopen theaters and make sure that Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick, is playing on every screen. And that the people are finally made happy to see Maverick back in action, see what this new story is about, see what his new love interest is, who the woman, or more hopefully who the man is.
Where you going again? You're gonna crack these people up.
All I'm saying is, Uncle, you know where
man, a man's a woman, not a man.
Why?
You know what I'm hoping for with this movie. That's all I gotta say. I want to see Paramount Pictures push the boundaries a bit.
Well,
I want to see them do that.
Well, in that case, why be gender binary, Aaron?
yeah, there we go. Maybe he could.
Believe we're talking.
You try and figure out who the love interest is. It's just they are a V instead of a we or a she or a he. And go ahead and look up your directory of various gender descriptions to try and figure out what a V is. Okay, there you go.
Maybe it could be the airplane, Uncle. Maybe he falls in love with the plane, and the plane has some sort of AI in it, and it talks to him like Kit in Knight Rider. And he's like, "Hey, you know what? I just figured out I love the plane."
That would be.
He marries the plane.
Simplest pup. That would be like a man. I can understand.
It'd be like,
he's up in the air.
A plane is like a woman.
Yeah. That's true.
Because it's, like that man, it's man's obsession with his own creation. It's always like feminine, right? The car is always a female, right?
You wouldn't get, that's true. You wouldn't get a female up in an airplane.
No.
That would definitely won't happen.
But unless it is the plane. If it is the plane, then that's how you do it. Then you solve that problem.
If that's the plane.
We need a woman up in there in the air. It's like, why not just have the plane be the woman?
Creative Accidents just want to post a note for you guys. Creative Accidents is asking about a different movie in the chat room and has been asking. So just wanted to point out that he wanted to try and get Uncle's view on The Matrix at some point. So have you seen that one lately?
I've seen the last of The Matrix.
It's a 3-part series, yeah.
I saw that one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about.
Remember, it's got Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves in it.
Yeah, and Lawrence Fishburne is in it.
Fishburne. Did we see? I don't know if I saw 2, but I know I saw the first one.
The first one is pretty good, and then after that, just don't worry about it. Don't watch the other 2. They're kind of. Even the first one is like, oh boy. But I mean,
see the first one though. I can have that one.
Yeah, it's a cult classic of sorts. I think. Yeah. The Matrix. Neo, he's going inside the computer world, and the real world is actually just a virtual simulation, and machines have this this spike stuck in the back of our cranium that feeds this fake virtual reality to us when they're just feeding on us the whole time. You remember all that?
Yeah.
Agent Smith, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. He's good.
Well,
he's good.
If you want to do a talk, you can talk about your trip if you want to, since we got one on the show.
Hey, why not? I'm going to put out the call-in number just in case anybody does want to call. Once again, it's 319-527-5016. Join up. But yeah, that's why we weren't here last week. Usually every Friday night we're here on Ocelli.com at 11 p.m. Eastern. But we weren't last week because I was off on a little family trip there. We were driving around the state of Utah and basically seeing national parks. We were stopping in at. We did 4 of the 5 of the national parks that are there in Utah, so that was awesome. It's a good time, Uncle. Got to see a lot. I posted one picture so far from our
trip.
Yeah, from the trip. There's a picture, a landscape picture on at Uncle Podcast on Instagram if you want to see that. Maybe I'll post more from the trip. I don't know. So lots of. Oh, this is an interesting story that I could have told in the last hour, but I'll tell now. We were hiking in Bryce Canyon National Park, down in the trail that goes down into the canyon, and then you're down and you're looking at all the hoodoos and whatnot, and then you come back up again. And down on that trail, I saw a man sleeping in the shade of a rock, who I am 90% sure was old friend of the Age of Transitions, Ben Goertzel, AGI researcher and transhumanist extraordinaire Ben Goertzel. I'm pretty certain it was him because I've seen this guy in real life before. I've met him. He was asleep, so it's kind of hard to tell. If he had been awake and I could have engaged with him, I would have known for sure. But I think he was there sleeping on the trail with who I believe was his wife, his new wife. I think. So there's a little story for you. We saw our buddy Ben Goertzel sleeping on the trail at Bryce Canyon National Park.
Is that a surprise for me today? I didn't hear that one come out.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
I did not see that coming.
That was a weird experience, I have to say. I'm like, was that who I think it is? I told my wife, I'm like, I know who that is. And then I told her, and then she was quick to say, like, oh, we'll find out if that woman was his wife and there's like a baby and all this. And she's like, oh, Google it and find out. You'll know if it was him. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know. But Uncle, we have a caller on the line.
I heard some kind of opening alarm. They were.
Should we bring him on?
Bring him on. Go ahead.
Okay, caller. What's your name, caller, and where are you calling from?
Hey, Uncle Aaron, this is Squirrely Eddie up north of you.
Nice.
And, there's our number one caller tonight.
There he is.
Hey, man, I don't know about that, but hey, thanks for saying it. I got some real man talk here. I want to know what you think, Uncle. What do you think, Uncle, of this abbreviated baseball season we got going on here?
I don't know.
60-game baseball season.
I heard it a 60-game baseball season, but
Yes.
it's a short one because of this problem. It would probably be the only sport thing out, because for what I'm hearing, there's no college and no pro in the giving unless they do it the same way in baseball. But
no fans at the park and all of that. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Well, Uncle, they are doing
I'm torn
basketball.
because I love baseball, but I don't like what they're doing to the game. They're making all these changes, and I bet they're going to try to keep some of these crappy changes over.
Yeah, well, they are doing basketball and with a different model, Uncle. So the NBA is going, although Major League Baseball is having problems because they had like teams get hit with a bunch of coronavirus, and
that.
so they had to cancel a bunch of games already. But the NBA seems to have come up with this bubble model where they bring them into a place and they can't leave, and that way they won't get infected or anything. So you will have basketball now. I don't know about football. It looks like college sports are going to be questionable, if at all. But when it comes to sports, it looks like NBA, and who knows what the NFL is going to do, huh?
And if that's the other thing. They're saying, I heard, wait a minute, I take that back. I heard from sources from the NFL that it may start February 13th.
Okay.
Is that an opening season or is that a preseason, though? And on
Would
top
not be
of
the
that,
end of the season, right, in football?
Yeah, I would think so.
Well, normally the
That's
Super
when the
Bowl.
Super Bowl is, right?
Normally the Super Bowl would
February.
have. Yeah, normally the Super Bowl would have already happened. They've
that's
eliminated.
January.
Yeah.
January, February.
That's what I'm saying. It would have already happened if they're going to start in February, and they have definitely decided not to do preseason games, Uncle. But
so they'll be straight to the straight.
Yeah,
they'll go straight to the.
I heard they were going to
regular
play,
season.
but just no fans in the seats, no fans allowed. That's
just
what I
like
heard.
they did, like they did in baseball. They have a picture.
It's weird. I watched the game at my mom's house. It's weird.
They have
watching
a
the
picture.
game with nobody there.
Did you see
No,
that,
there's-
Uncle, with
yes.
the fake sound and the people, like the cardboard people sitting in the stands? What do you think of
That's
that?
exactly what I'm going to. That's exactly what I was getting to.
I like the cutout.
I know
That
at the
cutout.
Dodgers game they have cardboard cutouts of people at Dodger Stadium. When I saw a nationally televised game a few weeks ago, it looks ridiculous.
Well, they can't do nothing else about it. Well, what are we going to do? You can't do nothing about it. You got these problems, and you got to figure out. Okay, what are we going to do now? We're going to have the paper things standing there in the stands. We're watching baseball and that man can't talk. Boom, bang.
It's come full circle where the fans used to have cutouts of their favorite sports stars, like the kids in their rooms would have a cutout of whoever the sports star is. Now the stars have cutouts of their favorite fans watching them.
Well, yeah. So it's
How about that?
Right. I listen to the radio broadcast because actually I like that. I grew up with that, so it's only $20 a year. But they're advertising. You can pay to have a cardboard cutout of yourself put in the stands. And I don't know. I found that a little ridiculous too.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh
Yeah,
my
you can
gosh.
pay to have your cardboard cutout put up out in the stands. I don't know how much. I didn't go look. 'Cause,
Uncle, we need to get you in those stands. We need to get you in Angel Stadium.
yeah.
stadium. How am I supposed to?
Hey, the Dodgers are up 5-1 over the Angels right now. Just for a little report on the game.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
They're playing them tonight.
Ooh,
They're playing them tonight.
that's exciting.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Put an
didn't-
uncle.
Yeah, they're playing.
The schedule. I didn't even know they were playing them yet.
I would love to see an uncle cut out
Oh,
the
yeah,
stadium wearing an uncle T-shirt and an Ocelli.com baseball hat and put him in the stadium, and that way
Oh,
we
yeah.
got free advertising
We
whenever
could
they
chip
turn.
in and buy one of those, man. Everybody,
that would be good.
I don't know how much they are.
That would be good.
Yeah.
What about you in there?
Me,
Yeah.
if I instead of me, I'd rather just have some strange person, like I don't know what, like maybe
Somebody that knows sports, I would rather have instead of having somebody that understands it.
yeah.
How about you?
Who?
This producer.
Me?
Oh, Chuck Ocelli?
No,
Yeah, I don't like pictures of me, so.
no, him, the one that's talking to us.
Oh, Ed. We get
Yeah,
Ed
Eddie.
in there.
Oh,
Put Eddie in.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, if I did it, I'd probably, I don't know, if I was going to do it, I'd wrap
It's a
my
chick.
head in a burnoose or something. You know, I don't know.
Guys chicken out.
But I wouldn't do it.
I'd have somebody. I know this me.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm torn. I just feel like it's all absurd, but I listen to the games because, you know, I mean, I like baseball, right? So I actually like the game. So I've been listening, but it's just weird. 60-game season. I mean, it's kind of dumb. I think they should have made it a, you know, just a, what do you call it? Like the All-Star game. What am I trying to say?
Drop the All-Star.
You know,
game.
not a,
It's not gonna be no All-Star.
not a season that counts.
Well, yeah,
No, but
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a, what do they call the All-Star game? It's an exhibition game. I think it should be an
Exhibition.
exhibition season. Let's quit pretending this is a real season, you know.
That's
But,
true.
Yeah.
Very
That's-
true. I thought of that. Then think of it that way.
because how are you going to feel whatever team wins the World Series this year off of a 60-game season? You know,
Well,
really, you know,
Look at it another way too. Remember that short season they had the tornado one? I mean the twist.
A tornado.
No, not tornado.
the earthquake back
the
in San
earthquake?
Francisco that one year.
San Francisco one year. It's to
Oh.
be the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be about the
Yeah.
same way. I thought of that.
No, but I'm saying, you know, only 60 games. I mean, part of the thing is like the team that goes through that 162 game grind and gets to the World Series. It's a huge accomplishment, really.
It looks
But
like
60
somebody
games, come on.
put Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's in the Kansas City stands, maybe.
That's Bernie?
That's Bernie.
Oh, he
from,
gets to go to the
Nice.
game, huh?
Yeah, from Weekend at Bernie's. See, that's what I'm talking about. Do a joke one, which somebody clearly did already. Of
Oh,
course,
they did
people
that
are doing.
already?
Yeah, somebody put Bernie in the stands.
I thought it was in Los Angeles.
Oh, a cardboard
no,
Bernie.
Yeah, cardboard Bernie. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think, you know, you could come up with a lot of different historical characters, you know, if you know, you could send a picture, get a picture you like and send it in, see if they'd, I don't know, the possibilities are endless there, you know.
Oh yeah. It'd be fun. A lot of fun.
Hey,
I'd like to see
Uncle,
Black-
I'm at work and I gotta go
All right.
because I'm at work. So I'm goofing off right now, but good to hear you back on the air, brother.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for calling, Ed.
Thank you for calling, Ed.
Take care.
Yeah, you guys take care. I gotta get back to work before I get caught goofing off here.
All right.
See ya.
Nice. We'll talk to you again. Thanks for calling.
That's
Ed.
kind of the call, though. That counts as a call.
Oh yeah, that's dedication right there.
Yeah.
Calling while at work, no less. My
Yeah,
goodness.
no less.
Well,
I know he would. I know he's one guy that would do
He
that.
did. He did it.
That would do that.
He did it.
Right.
If-
And there's still about 16 minutes left if you want to join in, you the listener, at 319-527-5016. Be like, he called himself Squirrely Ed. So anyway, be like Squirrely Ed. Call in 319-527-5016.
Hey, do we have anybody from the out of state?
Oh, listening.
Listening.
We surely
Chuck?
do. Can we get a listener report, Chuck? Is that in order?
Is that
I'm
on?
guessing Chuck's probably going to look at the data right now. So let's let him look at that up and possibly chime in here in a minute.
Yeah, just
But
give me
Uncle-
a minute. I'll get it.
Oh yeah. But we always get international listeners because
Well, I know. I was just wondering if there's any that come will come in because they know it's my hour and they show up. They don't
Yeah.
usually come to your hour. They come to my hour.
yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah,
like
they show up.
They show my hour
They
up.
show up
chew
here.
my hour up because
They do.
They know how I act.
They
Well,
know
let's-
how you are.
Well, let's see. In the UK, we got Penny's-Wa, looks like. I never heard of that place, but it's in the United Kingdom, according to the data. Got Perth, Australia, San Francisco, California, Columbus, Ohio. Let's see. What is that one there?
I like Columbus. That could be somebody I know. Hello, Columbus.
Riverside, California, Houston, Texas. Let's see, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Jersey City, New Jersey. Let's see, where else? Atlanta, Georgia, that's normal. Nobody from Canada tonight, Uncle. I don't know what's going on. Might be people were dismayed because last week I got about 12 complaints that you and Aaron were not on. What happened? Where'd they go? Why aren't they live?
12 complaints.
12 complaints.
That's a first.
It is.
That's pretty good.
See what happens when you leave?
I see.
Now you see Sidekick. Now you see what happens, Sidekick.
We're important, Uncle. We're important people.
I know.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
We got to be here.
I know.
The guy who goes under all Z's there in the chat room said, I listened for both hours, but I listened hard in the second hour.
See, they like me.
They listen and they listen hard.
They know who they're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yeah, they get the message.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Mm.
There's no mistaking it.
Okay, you finished talking the
my
trip?
Yeah. I saw Ben Goertzel sleeping under a rock at Bryce Canyon. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
And we saw beautiful sights. I mean, Utah. I do have one other observation to note from the trip, and that's telling the stories of going on the trip. I noticed that when you say, like I said, I went to Utah. I'm like, I went to Utah. The immediate reaction of people is that, like, they say, oh, boy, that'd be a bad place to live. They immediately think of living there, and they think about the Mormons that live there.
That's it. That's what I was coming to.
Mm-hmm.
The Mormons.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot there.
There are.
Talking about that.
Uh-huh.
Your uncle and me went to see some. Oh.
No, that was the Amish.
I mean,
it's a different religious faction.
I'm in another position.
But it's a similar idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Religious
Similar
community.
Idea, but different things. But still, they are like that. And
They're similar.
To think about that. There are a lot there.
There's a lot in Utah. So, but
Utah.
Immediately you say I went to Utah, and even if I clarify too, like, oh yeah, I went to see these 4 national parks. We were outdoors, camping. They'll be like, boy, I'm glad I don't live in Utah. And they'll think about the Mormons like instantaneously. Like, so you can't say Utah without that sort of instantaneous association. That's an association that Utah has been branded with. Our trip was totally, of course, I saw lots of Mormon families when I was out there. They were out and about. But beyond that, like, just the sights I was seeing alone was beyond any of that. It's just like, there's beautiful natural, there's beautiful nature there. It's astonishing. It's a thing of beauty, like the rock formations, the scale of it, the flora, the fauna, like everything. It's just really, it's the American Southwest. It's iconic. Monument Valley. You've seen it depicted in film. Classic film, new. It is America. It's Americana. It's really something else. But the state of Utah has forever been associated, or at least now, with the Mormons, and that, I just find that kind of interesting. Like, I understand why that is, but I think that's just kind of noteworthy. Now I'm done talking about the trip.
Oh, well,
I'm done. Mormons.
So now.
Yeah. What other business? We've got a little more than 10 minutes here, Uncle. So
what about the sword man?
Man.
I'm talking about the swords for a minute, and I'm watching a sword show, a series.
Oh, a sword show.
I was thinking of sword man.
Is it like a Highlander or something?
Something like that.
It is?
Something like that.
Oh.
They're going they're going crazy on the horse. I think they're going to try to save somebody.
Okay.
These people got off the thing. I think they were prisoners or something.
Is this like medieval times
family
knights?
Took off. It's a whole family, 3 people, and they're running after them. And they've got these guys with the chest with the cross. Things.
Are you talking about the Knights Templar, like the Knights?
It's like Knights
with the red and the white.
Red and white.
Yeah, that's a Knights
color.
Templar knight.
And they were running, and they had these people in the chain pulling them around, and they were going down. So they were going, and they were running, and then they got out, and they're running away. And of course, and then I saw the horse flying. I'm just curious to find out if they're going to be chasing after them or trying to find those families.
Could be. Sounds like a show that Pure Blade should be advertising.
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
With all the
Pure
swords.
Blade should be entering this one.
Well, I do know that Pure Blades is closed down again.
They're closed down.
Yeah. I follow them on Instagram. They're like, we're closed down, but we're fulfilling online orders, and we're excited about opening back up when we can. So that's their status.
They're then not doing business.
They can't be now. Yeah. They're basically they're forced not to be.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pure Blade's still there, still selling swords and knives and all sorts of sort of comic shop style stuff like they do. It's an interesting store. Yeah. They seem to be doing okay, though. They certainly were before COVID. I think they're doing all right now from what I gather, but I don't know. So we wish them well. Yeah. Shout out to Pure Blades as always. Love our folks over at Pure Blades. We like our beef people in Orange, don't we?
People in Orange. Talking about those people. How they been up to?
Brewhog.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Any other shout outs since we're on that, Uncle? Who else we shout out to?
Rod and Denise.
Rod and Denise, yeah.
Yeah, those people. The first time I've been to their house.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
They came to our house in Orange.
We should have them back on, if only like through Skype or something. It'd be good to have them on.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can do that.
Doing this.
Yeah.
I sort of miss those too.
Yeah, definitely. They're cool. Yeah.
I don't know what Rod is up to these days.
They seem to be doing well. I follow them on social media too. They seem to be just maintaining as they do. Seem to be living their lives up there and doing pretty well from what I gather. Wow. Shout out to Rod and Denise of formerly of the Listening Party podcast. We hope you're doing well out there. Well wishes to you.
Another great news. I hear we may have a closing on this house of here on the 17th.
The deserts.
The deserts.
The high deserts. The Mojave. Landers.
Since we're into this stuff.
Must be the location of the UFO cult they were talking about in the chat room earlier. Adam?
Correct.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
That was it.
We're gonna hold our own UFO conventions on at Giant Rock to parallel those of George Van Tassel himself.
We're hoping that there's a closing on that date.
I mean, we got to get this alien bonsai business started.
Oh, yeah, this bonsai business. Oh, that's another thing. When you have a day off, we are going down to that thing,
to the canyon here in Riverside.
Yeah, down here
where
Riverside,
we live.
and pull some of them out till we can get a constant finish up getting what you've got in there to build in.
Uncle's talking about these beautiful little shrubs that grow naturally in the canyon here in our neighborhood.
Once I'm going to have one in my room. I've stared at that thing.
They're really cool.
I'd be staring at that thing almost all night.
We're going to go collect some.
These things, watch how you make them. There's another show about Kahaki. He goes in, pulls them off the roof of the mountain.
Yeah, well, that's basically, that's what we're going to do, yeah.
And so I like doing that.
It's collecting your bonsai from nature, yes.
Nature, right.
They're either manzanita or juniper plants, I think. They have these really cool trunks, and they kind of grow along the rocks down here in the canyon.
Let's see how you're doing with the one out here we got that you
I'm doing, yes, those who follow our Instagram, at Uncle Podcast, might have seen our recent story this week where I'm doing this succulent bonsai experiment. We made a little video of that, so the beginning of that. We'll see how that goes. Trying to get these succulent roots to grow over a small stone.
And if it works, we got something.
Yeah, we're on to something then.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm hoping for success, obviously. I think it could work out for us, Uncle.
Yeah. I'll put that towards your son's, what you call it.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. You're playing with the coffee cans.
Our son sold... son and daughter, my son and daughter really sold some orange juice, fresh made orange juice outside of the house one day. Oh. And now the idea is to sell little plants, like, you know, how you get to small plants in a tiny little pot. So we're just putting little succulents in these little coffee things that are the pots that we made for ourselves. And we're going to sell them for $1 a piece out in front of the house, like a lemonade stand style.
Yeah.
So we're working on that too.
So I'll put it all together if we can get the other thing together. So,
Yeah. Maybe we can get we could have the Succulent Bonsai as like a feature piece to get people really intrigued. Like, ooh, what's that? Like, oh,
I'm telling you, they'll grab them. I'm telling you, if we get enough going and if it works,
yeah,
people will grab them.
you got to draw people in, Uncle. You got to draw them in.
Draw them into them.
Like, hey, check this out. You ever see anything like this?
And you in the chat room, remember now, you can even send out, if it works, we'll send them off some to you.
There
if
you
it
go.
Works,
Yeah.
we'll
Oh, certainly. And with the Landers place.
Oh, yeah, Landers place.
When that goes through, we will have access annually to a large amount, because I'm going to be collecting them, a large amount of Joshua Tree seeds. So I'm going to be going about collecting seed pods from the multiple Joshua trees that are on the property. So that's my plan. So I want to collect them. And then when that happens, more on that when that happens. But if I do, I'm just thinking about, I can just send those off to anybody who wants them. And then they're really easy to grow, actually. The seeds are, I've found.
You should offer those as an incentive to listeners for support, man. That would be great.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I want some seed pods from the Joshua trees. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Only need a few.
Yeah.
Only take a few and you'll be going to come some Atlas trees.
Oh, Uncle, we will potentially have access to just a ton. It's like untold amounts.
Yeah. Dozen.
Should be cool. Oh, yeah, way more than a dozen. It's going to be exciting.
3,000, 4,000 dozens. Well.
Nah, I guess that's it for the show pretty much. Let's see here.
I guess she didn't give me a ring. I'm going to get on you-know-who.
Okay, well.
I know that, sunshine.
Whoa.
Away on somewhere. I know she's somewhere around.
We did learn a lot this show, Uncle.
Oh, yeah.
We learned that Top Gun is Top Gun 1.
Yeah. And now we're waiting on Top Gun 2.
We're waiting on Top Gun 2.
Whenever that shows up.
It might be in a theater. It might not be, but it's going to be real exciting no matter what. Yeah. Without a doubt. What else did we learn? We learned about swords.
Yeah. Swords.
All about how to use them.
Right.
So if you want to know how to use a sword, go back and listen to the podcast again. You might have missed it the first time through, but we gave you instructions, if you're listening closely, instructions on how to properly use a sword. Good. Disclaimer. Disclaimer, don't hurt yourself with a real sword in real life, okay? Oh.
Right. The chat room wants to note a shout out to Murder Cloak and also to Sunshine. And let's see, there was another one in there and I can't find it. Whoops. Oh, shout out to Aliens. There you go.
Aliens. We love our aliens.
Oh, and my special one that passed away also had to always pay to remind.
Oh, Bear.
A Bear.
Of course. Yeah,
I have mine on him at this time.
We will never forget you.
Yeah.
And then, let's see here. We have our Twitter and our Instagram are both at Uncle Podcast, so do follow those. Again, we've got some interesting stories that we post to Instagram from time to time. Good pictures of Utah and whatnot. Twitter, Uncle is always tweeting interesting things, perhaps to you.
Yeah. I have to think of a few, but when I do, it goes through the phone, through the system, and it goes to him. That's how it goes.
And good news, UncleThePodcast.com is back. If you type that into your browser, UncleThePodcast.com, you will be whisked away to the podcast website.
Oh, because
it's working once again. I got that to work.
Yeah, I knew it would be working by next week.
Yep, I did it.
Yeah, one thing right. So it gets one thing right.
Yeah.
Still now have to get those things out.
Yep. Well, a lot of work to do yet, but we got that part done. We got the rest of the list to complete. We will get it.
Take half of those cards and send them right out.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Like he said, it'd be a while.
Yeah, it will be a while. And thank you for listening Friday nights. Thank you listening live on Friday nights on Ocelli.com and for on the podcast feed. Thank you for writing a review on Apple Podcasts. If you haven't, do it. It will help the show.
I'll patch you a song. Have you gotten a song in yet?
A saw?
For a song.
What song?
Name that tune.
Oh, yes. Shout out to my friend Errol because he won the game. My gosh.
Who was he?
Shout out to Errol. He won name that tune this past week? Gosh, I nearly forgot that. Thank you.
If I didn't have to remind you.
He won. It was Iron Maiden, Hallowed Be Thy Name. I played a couple little pieces from that. So he got it, of course. He knows that song well.
All right, that's shout out to you.
Shout out to Errol. Thank you for playing the game. And you can play along too at Uncle Podcast Instagram. Uncle, bring us home.
That it? Bye-bye. See you next week. Bye-bye.